Hi guys, today I'm just testing out a few more settings. So what I found, the setting that I found that was, I think, good for me is 4K 60 FPS, recording in action mode. That's on the I was going to say DJI. I'm so used to the old DJI that I had. The Insta360 Ace Pro 2 with wireless mic. So the microphones mounted outside the helmet, underneath the chin mount and facing outwards. And I have the dual track audio recording enabled, so it's recording from both the built-in camera's built-in microphone and the DJI microphone, wireless microphone at the same time. And the only other setting that I have enabled is I have the wind noise reduction enabled. So that just cuts out a little bit more of the wind noise as I'm traveling more than 40, 50 or 60 kilometers an hour. Yeah, so today's I just wanted to do a few short videos because tomorrow I won't be able to do any rides tomorrow. It's going to be really warm. It's going to be around 37 degrees tomorrow. So there was one or two rides, social rides. However, I think one of them got cancelled, and that's the one that I wanted to go. So that got cancelled, most likely due to still like the fire hazard in Victorian country. So that's that, and yeah. Where's that coming from? So I want to talk a little bit about the safety. So because today is warm, I'm just wearing a t-shirt, but I always wear my gloves, motorcycle gloves, and I always obviously you have to wear the helmet, and always wear my boots. The boots that I'm currently wearing are Alpinestars Corozal Adventure boots. This type of boot is not really suitable for road bikes. They're very tall, heavy, they're chunky, so it's definitely not for a road bike. But for adventure bikes, even like motocross, you know, dual sport and touring, even for touring, I would say they're really good boots. I mean, as a brand, Alpinestars are really good, because I've been using their product for a while now and I'm really happy with it. So regardless of whether if I'm doing a short ride or long ride, whether if it's just a short run to the shops, the bank, you know, just to meet up with friends, I always wear these Corozals. Yeah, like when I was looking for these boots, I've tried maybe five or six different brands, and none of them were comfortable. They were just tight. It just wouldn't fit the shape of my foot. It was hard to walk in. It was hard to, yeah, it just really felt uncomfortable. And then I was at MCAS, and I said, look, I said to the sales gentleman, I said, look, can you recommend something that's like a little bit comfortable, because everything else that I've tried there, it's like super uncomfortable. I could barely like fit my leg in there or my foot. He said, try the Alpinestars, they're very good. So I tried the Corozals. As soon as I put my feet in there, and I just knew that was the one, and I said, okay, I'm buying this one. It was just very extremely comfortable. And after wearing it for some time, it actually became even more comfortable. Sort of like opened up a little bit. Yeah, but as far as like protection, it is not the best protection. And the retail on these, they retail for about $350. I mean, when it's on special, you might be able to get it for like $2.99. But yeah, the usual retail price is yeah, about $3.50 or $3.99. And the thing is, the one that I've got is it has the Adventure sole. So there's another one, or I think it's called the Motocross sole. So it's got some treads, so it has like good grip, you know. It has like good grip. There's another version, I forget the name of it, but it's just a flat sole. So that won't give you any grip if it's like muddy, slippery, like a clay, or you know, wet, anything like that. And within this range, within this Corozal range, there's also the, I think it's called the Dry Star. Like there's a weatherproof or waterproof version, and there's a non-weatherproof version. So I went for the weatherproof or waterproof version because, yeah, as I've said, I don't use this for adventure riding. I mean, I don't use it for dirt riding, like technical riding. I use it mainly for just inner city runs and all that. So the other boot that I've got is also Alpinestars Tech 7. So the reason why I purchased that one is I dropped the bike once on my right hand side, and it came down a little bit hard on my right foot, right ankle, and I actually felt the pain for like a couple of weeks. Like there was no injury, there was no like major damage, but I really felt it. Then upon asking a few other members, they all recommended that I should get the Tech 7, which I did. And that one's a little bit more expensive. So that one retails for around $550, depending on the version, between $550 to like $650. And within that range, there's also what's it called? There's a weatherproof and non-weatherproof or waterproof version. So there are two versions. So the one that I've got with the Tech 7 that I have is the non-waterproof version. So because it gives, I thought like you'll give it like a little bit more like breathability, a little bit more like air. And anytime I go on social rides, anytime there's like anything technical involved, that's pretty much like my first choice. Like there hasn't been a time where, you know, like I went out and I just bought a Corozal on those technical rides, because it's it's more stiffer, it's very hard to bend, it gives you like heaps more protection, it's taller, and it just works like really good with my Alpinestars SX1 knee pads, because I don't like to wear the knee pads like underneath my pants. So I like to just strap them over on top of my pants, and then the bottom lip just goes fits nicely into the Tech 7s. And setup. That's the setup that I've been using, and I'm really happy with it. Yeah, and anytime I do go out on a technical ride, like social ride, like mountains, bushes, dirt roads, anything like very like dangerous, I have the Tech Centers and the Alpinestars SX1, I think it's the version 2 knee pads. So they retail for about $150, and I found them to be extremely comfortable, very well designed and engineered. So as you know, Alpinestars is an Italian brand. The Italian design and engineering is like top notch. They make some really good products, and in fact I like their thing, the Aprilia and a few of their other bikes, especially the Aprilia Touareg 660. And so initially when I first started, like I wasn't wearing knee pads, but after experiencing like a few small falls, I got the knee pads, and they're just been really good. And sometimes what I do, like when you wear it outside your pants, like when you take a break, like you can take it off, you can just walk around, just feel like a little bit comfortable, and then when you need to put it back on, you can put it back on. But when you wear it inside your pants, then like it becomes a little bit harder to take it off because it has two straps. Yeah, and as for the gloves, I've got two sets of gloves. One of them is, I don't even know, is it RJ's? Yeah, I think it's RJ's summer. I have these summer gloves, they're 100% leather. They're breathable. The other version that I have is a Axon, it's a French brand. It's a 4-season glove, so I stopped wearing that like as of a couple of maybe 2 months ago because the weather's been really good. But during winter, that's what I've been wearing. That one I found out to be really good. So this one retails for about $100. The other one is retail is $250. And yeah, the jacket that I've got is also Axon. Axon is the dry rider, and I've got the pants, matching pants for that also. But today, because I'm just doing some inner city runs, I just have my boots and my gloves on. And yeah, oftentimes, like when we go out on social rides, I see like a lot of the new riders, like they don't have the boots, they don't have the knee pads, and you know, like all it takes is like a one fall or one accident, and then they realize how important the thing is, you know, like how important the protection is, because I've seen in many circumstances and cases where like riders had knee injuries, they broke their ankles, foot injuries, you know, elbow injuries, like all sorts of, because about 70 to 80% of injuries happen below your waist, because what happens is you either drop the bike on your right or left hand side, you can't really drop it straight. So when you drop it, the first thing that gets crushed or that goes under is your legs, your feet, your ankle, your calf, your knee. So as long as you have that protected, the rest is pretty good. Yeah, so I've had a few, I had maybe 8, maybe 10 drops, nothing too severe, but because I was wearing all the safety equipment, nothing happened, touch the wood. Yeah, even sometimes like people want to save some money, they just get like leather boots, and they're like cheaper. They're maybe $100, $80, $120. And until they have that drop or the accident, they never know how valuable those adventure boots are, especially good brands like Alpinestars, because it really does protect your ankle and your feet, your calves. And because the weather's warming up now, I'm actually looking at getting like a body armor, like Alpinestars body armor. I'm even thinking of maybe like an airbag version. So they're a little bit more tricky. There's like 3 different settings. Like Alpinestar makes one. There's 3 different settings. There's sport, like normal riding, and I think there's enduro, and they retail for around $1,500. The only thing is, if you wear another jacket on top of it, the jacket, you have to make sure that the jacket's like a little bit loose. Otherwise, when the airbag armor explodes, then it doesn't have anywhere to go but inward. And one of my mates, he was saying that his mate had that airbag body armor, and the jacket on top of it he was wearing was like too high, and when the airbag went off, it crushed and damaged or broke his ribs. So that's how powerful and strong it is. So you just have to make sure that whatever jacket you're wearing on top, it's a little bit loose, so the airbag has enough things to expand, like enough room, because they do expand quite a bit. So they go for, I think I've seen it on special for around $1,000. But if you want like top of the range, you're looking at about $1,500. So another item is so the knee braces. I think Pods make some really good ones. Adam Riemann is a sponsor for them, but that's probably subject to like what sort of riding style that you want to do. So if you're doing like motocross riding, racing, like dirt bike racing, anything that's like safari stuff, you know, high speed Dakar, so that might be the go-to. But for someone that's just doing some, you know, beginner to intermediate rides on the weekends with some little bit technical challenges, I sort of find it a little bit like over the top, and they're very like they can stick out, and they're a little bit uncomfortable, because when you're doing adventure riding, most of the time you have to stand up, and when you stand up with those, because some of them are quite wide, you don't have that grip, you don't have that like feel to the motorbike. So far the Alpinestars SX1 version 2 knee pads, they've been the ones, they're the ones that I really like. My cousin uses Liat, and he says that he's really happy with that. So I might try maybe that brand next, but my one's still almost brand new, and they can last for like many years. And oftentimes like people take safety as they don't take safety that serious, but it's one of the most crucially important things. And if you're planning to do adventure riding on your own in the middle of nowhere, where you don't have any, where you've got no GPS signals, where you don't have any like phone reception or anything, like you can't communicate with the outside world, then you need all the safety precautions that you can. Because if an accident happens and then you can't walk or you can't pick up your bike, or you don't have the right safety equipment, and because of that you hurt yourself, and then you can't ride your bike, then you're pretty much stuck, and no one, depending on where you are, no one's going to come safe. That's how it is. Unless it's like a busy trail where you get a lot of riders going past. But like we've been to some trails, like all day no one's passed the trail, no one else except us. So some of these places are like very remote, and even like they're not even accessible by four-wheel drives. That's how bad. Like some of them are single tracks. So those single tracks, the four-wheel drives, they can't even enter those trails. Yeah, so just have to be mindful and conscious of what you want to like the riding style, equipment. So everything has to pretty much match up to your experience. And one good thing, like my mate, his name is Matt, he's a really good rider. He keeps telling me, he goes, always go 75% of your capacity. There's never 100. So 100 being like extreme, you're really pushing yourself. Like he goes, if you just go 75%, you should be safe. You shouldn't have any troubles, because people sometimes, you know, especially in a group, like they try to show off some tricks, their motorbike or their skills, whatever, and sometimes, not all the time, they end up in a bad situation. So yeah, I mean, I'm not like really experienced or expert. So what happens is, let's say if the leader and the spotter, which is the rider behind the leader, if they're going too fast, and if I fall back a bit, I don't actually get worried at all, because I know that like next intersection or next turn or next maybe a corner, like the spotter's gonna wait and he's gonna say, you know, go left, go right, go straight, you know. So I never really like get lost. And depending on the group, they usually wait for you. I mean, they always wait for you. Yeah, they usually wait for you, and yeah, see, I haven't, just one time, yeah, I mean, was it the last ride or the ride before? Yeah, what happened? Yeah, I was actually running out of fuel, so I had to full fuel, but the meet-up place was, I think it was like 100 kilometers away, and then towards the end of the day I had like, I think 70 kilometers of fuel left. So I started to panic a little bit, and then what happened, I told the leader, I said, look, I'm running out of fuel, just maybe we get off the trail, or you know, we get some fuel and then continue. So what happened, I lost contact with the leader, and then yeah, I panicked, so I pulled over, because I thought to myself, I'll just so I'm in like middle of nowhere, there's no signs, there's nothing, there's no shops. So I thought I'll just punch it into my GPS, into my phone's GPS, which will mirror on my dashboard, and then I'll just find the closest petrol station. So I get my phone out, and then I'll look at it. So I'm with Telstra, and I've got no reception. And I'm thinking, okay, this is no good. I'm running out of fuel. I don't know where I am, and I've got no reception. So the next best thing to do was, yeah, this incident happened recently. So the next best thing was for me to do was to find a higher ground, because when you find a higher ground, you usually get reception. So I rode for another, I think maybe 5 or 10 kilometers. Then I found a bit of a hill. So I pulled over. And then I checked the reception. I had full reception, so I punched in the like closest thing, like petrol station. And then by then, the leader actually came back. So I was really glad and happy to like see him, because I just thought maybe he's not going to come back. And he asked me what happened, and I said, look, it was definitely my fault, because I panicked because I was running out of fuel, and I just didn't see any like signs or any petrol stations, you know. And then I thought I'll just pull over and try my GPS, and I said I also didn't have any GPS signal. I didn't have any reception. Yeah, so that was quite interesting, and I said thank you very much for coming back. I really appreciate it, because he was a gentleman that I actually met for the first time, but he's done the right thing. He sort of understood like me like panicking a little bit, because the last thing that you want to do is you want to run out of fuel in the middle of nowhere, and then like you have to call someone, or maybe hitchhike to get some fuel, go to the next petrol station and come back. You know, and it was like towards the end of the day, I was getting really tired. It was a warm day, so yeah, best thing best thing to do in those situations is just to keep calm and trust the process, because the leader sweeper or the leader spotter or the sweeper will eventually come and find you and get you. Even like they'll turn back if they need to, which happened to me. Yeah, I think maybe twice. Yeah, and once again, that's subject to the group that you're riding in. So if you come across, I've never come across like an arrogant group where they just speed off and you know, they don't tell you where they're going, and they don't stop for like fuel and things like that. I've never come across anything like that. So far, all the groups have been really good. Yeah, and I guess you learn from your experiences, but the most important thing is to keep calm and try to just catch your breath and try to think like logically. That's why I always have my phone fully charged when I go on adventure rides, just in case like something happens, I can still maybe walk and get reception. You know, call the family to help me out, or friends, or call the group leader or someone in the group to come and find me. You know. Yeah, these things. Yeah, it takes a little time to get used to it, I guess. And the main thing is like a friendly approach. Regardless whether it's your first time or your second time, if you're friendly and nice to, you know, one another, then like people want to help you. People want to support you. You know, I try to support other new riders. I try to help them, you know. So it's about building that like a friendship, that bond, because it might not be the first time that you're going to go on a ride with them. Like one time you'll need their help, another time they might need your help. It's a bit of like give and take. So that's why I try to absorb a lot of like information input. I try to just soak all the information from the experienced riders, and then when I see like now when I spot like beginner riders, like I've come to a stage where I can actually give some tips to them to make their riding style better, or to make them feel more comfortable. Like it could be basic tips, like for example like tire pressure, you know, like braking, maybe like switching the ABS on and